I own your soul.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my review for The Devil Inside, the new found footage horror movie The Grace, the Silver Screen. And you've been seeing a lot more of these lately. I mean, you had Apollo 18 that came out last year, then a couple months later you had Paranormal Activity, and now you have a couple months later you have The Devil Inside. And this is a exorcism one, so it's a found footage exorcism movie, which has already been done. It's already been done. It was called The Last Exorcism, which was actually a very good movie, in my opinion. But this movie, I'm gonna say I was looking forward to seeing it. I was, because I do really, really like found footage movies. I especially like the ones that are actually good. Those are my favorite. But I do like found footage horror movies. And many people hated Apollo 18. I enjoyed Apollo 18. I mean, it was stupid, the premise was dumb, but I liked the characters, and there were some scares that actually worked. And I liked the setting too. The moon. You know, I like Paranormal Activity 3 a lot. I thought it was actually a very effective, scary movie. And I loved all the characters in that movie. I just did. I love that movie. So, I'm going to say it. This movie I was looking forward to. It was another exorcism one. I was like, alright, Last Exorcism was really good. That was a great way to do an exorcism movie. The ending, sure, wasn't that great, but you know, maybe this one will be great, and maybe it will actually fix the ending that The Last Exorcism got completely wrong. Ooh. The story here is pretty simple. You have a woman that right in the beginning calls the FBI, well not the FBI, I'm sorry, the police, and says that she murdered 3 people, and you find out this woman actually murdered these 3 people when she was being exorcised. She was actually in the process of an exorcism, and it was being performed on her, and she killed the 3 priests that were there. Actually, I'm sorry, it was 2 priests and a nun, and she killed them all. And then we jump 20 years later, where her daughter, named Isabella, is trying to find out what really happened 20 years later, but you know, whatever. And she's filming a documentary. That's why it's all filmed, you know. They have to have a reason why it's all filmed, you know, because it's real. It's not. You know, she meets with her mom. She knows she's crazy, but she doesn't know she's possessed. So she gets the hired help. Well, not the hired help. She just gets the help of an exorcist, and of course a priest, a regular priest. And well, I'm just gonna leave it off at that. You know, they're trying to find out if she's either crazy or possessed. And if you saw the trailer, then you already know. So you're just going into this expecting some scares. And I'm gonna say this: if you go into this expecting to be frightened beyond belief, no, you are not. The scariest part in this film is a dog. That was the part that scared the living hell out of me. It was a jump scare, definitely. You know, it was one of those cat jump scares, but it was a dog, so it's still an animal. But that was it. That was the only one that really scared me. Everything else was more like, oh, that's kind of grotesque, and oh, that's kind of disturbing. There's a couple of disturbing parts. And that one, oh, that one's kind of weird, I guess. And there's a lot of parts that are hilarious, actually. But for the most part, that's the only real scare in this film. A freaking dog. And no, the dog's not possessed. That would be freaking hilarious. You just see this dog freaking contorting. I don't even know how he would talk. What would he be like? Your motor sucks cock in hell. Like Scooby-Doo in the Exorcism movie. Yes. But yeah, that was the only scare I could think of. The acting is decent. Everybody does a decent job. You have the camera guy, who is of course I don't believe in any of this stuff camera guy. And you have the girl, Isabella, the daughter of the crazy bitch, and she does a good job. You can tell she's a TV actress, and she does a decent job. And you have the 2 priests who are actually kind of likable, so that, I'll give it to this movie. It actually crafted some decent characters, but we've seen these characters before. We've even seen these priests before. You got the one that, oh, I don't think we should do this, and you got the other one saying, oh, we should do this, but he has a dark past, and it's just, we've seen this stuff before, okay? If you want a good exorcism movie, this is obvious, go watch Exorcist, or even watch The Last Exorcism. That was actually a really good movie until the end. I mean, I kind of like the ending personally, but that's just my personal opinion. But this film, if you're going into it expecting a lot of scares, you're not getting it. You're getting some decent acting, some decent characters, some cool distorting of limbs and stuff. So there's one girl that goes like this and like freaking looks like a pretzel. She's doing all this and stuff and freaking distorting and stuff. And you know, it's cool to look at, but it's not scary. At least to me, it's not scary. Especially when they start screaming all the time. It's like, okay, I saw that coming, and it's just annoying. Just shut up. Shut up. Stop screaming. You're annoying. And they do the obvious exorcism things where it's like, oh, she's telling this guy to suck her dick or something, like, oh, I'll suck your dick, you cocksucker. Oh, I'm gonna use your tongue and skull fuck you with it. Like, every time they, and that's a piece of dialogue, by the way. Every time they say this, I just laugh. I don't get disturbed. I just laugh my ass off. And I was probably the only one there that was laughing. But actually, no, that's not true. There was a couple other people laughing. But you know, and of course, the ending. You know, the ending. Everybody's gonna hate the ending. It's the obvious found footage ending, and to be honest, it's not far off from something like The Last Exorcism, where that movie had an ending kind of like that. It just ended. Like, it's just boom, done. Go visit our website. The end. So, yeah. The movie wasn't very good. The acting was okay. There was a couple of kind of creepy parts, but nothing really scary besides that dog. And there's some gross scenes. And it wasn't boring. It wasn't completely boring. There was some kind of interesting scenes where a bunch of priests were talking about exorcisms, and that's kind of cool. But for the most part, it's not a very good movie. I'm gonna give it an 18 out of a 40. It's well, you know what? That's about around a 4 to a 5 on a regular scare, but with a regular scale, not scare. There was no scares in this. On a regular scale, it would be around a 4.5 or something. You know, it wasn't horrible. It's not even close to as bad as some people are saying, but it's still not very good. So if you're going into this expecting a great found footage horror movie, you're getting a very, very below average one. So anyway, there's my review for The Devil Inside. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and contort out. Goodbye.